So first piece of equipment you're going to be using is what they call the launcher. This is what we're going to be doing our chipping, our pitching, and the full launch swing. Each one of these clubs has a color code on it where you're going to be placing your hands, which your teacher will instruct you how to place those hands on those clubs. Next will be?
Next is going to be what we call the putter, but in this case we're going to call it the roller. So you can use those words interchangeably. But basically it's going to be flat on both sides. So righty or lefty, you can still use it. It's going to have the same types of markings on the club that you can use to help lock in your putting grip. But this is going to be the first thing you start with. We're going to be keeping the ball on the ground, and so that's why we need the roller.
Next is going to be the ball that you'll be using. It's a little bit smaller than a tennis ball, but the material on it is going to stick to the targets when you're out there playing. So this is what you're going to be placing on what's coming up, the launch pad.
The launch pad. As you'll see, the launch pad, it's just a nice square rectangular, about 6 inches by 12 rubber material. It has a removable tee, which you're going to be using the tee predominantly for most of your shots. Those shots being the chip, the pitch, and the launch. Your putt or your roll, you may not need to use the tee, but we encourage you to make sure that you put the tee. Let's see if I can get it in here. It's not that difficult, but when you get multiple things in your hands, it might be. So as you place that ball on the tee, you're going to need to make sure that the arrow points the same way as the arrows on the launch pad, okay? So we'll see these arrows point the same direction as on the launch pad. Your launch pad.
Excellent.
Now we'll get into some aids that'll help you learn how to hit the ball better.
The first aid we're going to talk about is called the Gazoo. And the reason it does that, it makes a little sound. So we're trying to set our hands to an L position. You're going to hear that sound when you do it correctly. So you're always trying to make that sound with the Gazoo.
Okay, and now we've got the hoop clock. The hoop clock's going to be very important to us. If you don't have a hoop clock, you might be using a hula hoop. But if we get around here to say something like rolling, which you're first going to start with, you're going to see the numbers 5 to 7. So that's going to be the length of your stroke. So we're going to be standing inside these hoop clocks. They're very important for safety, and they're also important for guidance.
And one of the final things will be the snapper. It's a long piece of ribbon attached to a grip. This is going to help you tempo and you determine the power in your swing. You'll swing it back, and you'll end up swinging. Listen to the snap as it comes through.
Hear the pop. Hear the pop. So that's the equipment that you're going to be using for Snag, our School of Golf. We hope you enjoy that, and remember, be safe.